Welcome back. So, yesterday we talked about job boards. So, where can you go to find the job that is most aligned and fits your current life? And what I said was like, yes, I'm going to share these job boards with you, but I really do believe that LinkedIn is Bay, is GOAT, is all the things. So let's get into it. So today we're going to talk all about why LinkedIn it really is where you need to be if you're looking for a job, right? If you've ever felt invisible on LinkedIn, this video is your antidote, okay? We're done with easy apply. If you're a person who loves easy apply, I cannot sugarcoat it for you. Like, think about it. Anything that you really want in life, are you just clicking a button and you're done? Like, even if you're like shopping online, right? Like, you're still doing the work of finding what you need and what you want, right? So why do you think this would be different when you're looking for a job, something that's going to pay you, that's something that's going to take 40 hours of your work week, something that, I don't know, it's like what, two-thirds of your life? You need to be intentional about it, right? So we're done with the passive scrolling. Today we're going to become strategists. So let's get into it. If you spend, if you currently easy apply, let me know in the chat and let me know if it's worked for you, right? Because what I've heard from a lot of people is like, I've applied to 200, 300, 400 jobs and I haven't heard back. And when I hear that, I think to myself, there's a lack of intentionality that's happening here. Because if you're being intentional about all the jobs you're applying for, even if you have to apply for 200, someone has to bite, right? Someone. So if they're not, then we need to reconsider that because it's frustrating and it makes you feel like you're not qualified or the platform is not working and has all these negative defeatist emotions that we do not subscribe to, right? And we want to move away from that, right? So yes, I think LinkedIn is a treasure trove that if used correctly can really support you in your growth. And it's like it's just great. So let me just stop. Let's just get into it. First things first, your profile is not a history of your past. It's an advertisement for your future. So if you've watched any videos I've done, I'm always saying like go back and before you even start doing anything, take an inventory of what you're doing. Figure out what your skill sets are, figure out what your value is, right? I'm always saying like figure out value before you do anything else because what happens here is once you figure out your value and your skill sets, you figure out where you want to go. And when you figure out where you want to go, you start having a different relationship to how you talk about your work because I can if like okay, let me take a step back. If my client comes to me and they initially say I want to be a CSM and their past history has been an ER social worker, I'm going to focus on how they're helping people, how they're making sure that people are aware of what's happening, how whether it's the doctors, the clients, the patients, whatever, right? I'm gonna show they're documenting things really well. If someone comes to me, same background, and says, actually, I want to be a UX researcher, a user experience researcher, same background, nothing has changed about their past, but the way that we'll frame it is that we're going to spend more time focused on the type of questions they ask. So when someone comes into the ER, what questions are you asking them? Or even if you're not asking them because they're in the ER, what questions are you researching so you can come back to them and help them the most? What questions are you asking the team around them to make sure that they have the most success and they're not, whatever is happening to them that they came to the ER, they're not stuck in that space, right? Because what I'm going to focus on is your discovery, is your research. How are you researching to make something better? Versus if you wanted to be a CSM, a customer success manager, I would focus on how are you making someone's life easier? How are you informing people, right? Nothing about the past is changing. It's the way that you're talking about it that's changing, right? So that's what I mean when I say that your LinkedIn profile is not your history. It's not, yeah, it's not the history of your past, but it's an advertisement for your future. Because once you understand where you're going, then you reframe what you're saying. So you're in the pathway. So you become a billboard for where you want to go, right? So we're going to be optimizing your LinkedIn with keywords for the job that you want. And you do this by reading more job descriptions of where you want to go, right? So your profile is not a resume, it's a sales page. It's dynamic. You can put videos, you can put links, you can update it daily. And what this shows is that you are the product. Think about celebrities. The whole reason why something like um, People magazine and all these tabloid TMZ, they're even in business and they make so much money is because every single day they're updating you on what the celebrity's doing, what the celebrity's wearing, how the celebrity smelled, right? They are invested in that person. You want people to be invested in you as well. And LinkedIn gives you that billboard. So when people come to your page, they can see your thoughts, your projects, right? If you're following what I'm saying, let me know in the comments, right? So I think first things first, like you need to optimize your headline, right? In the About Me section, because this is the place that people see first, right? And you want to make sure that not only are people seeing where you're going first, you also want to make sure that um, the LinkedIn algorithm becomes your personal headhunter. So the same way, like when you're talking to your friend about something, you open your phone and then you're seeing ads about it, or you see a TikTok video about it. You want LinkedIn to do the same thing, but for the jobs that you want. You want people, not only do you want LinkedIn to show you jobs that you're interested in and where you're going, you also want people to come to your page and say, this is exactly what I need. Like, how did LinkedIn know, right? That's because you've created your LinkedIn profile for this excellence, right? So that's how it starts, right? I'm so sorry, yeah. And then once you start finding these jobs, applying for jobs, or even just curating it, the reason why I like LinkedIn is because once you have your headline, your About Me section optimized with the keywords and where you're going, it starts giving you different jobs that it thinks you're aligned for based on your profile. And then once it does that, you can click on that job. And I will say, once you click on the job, it's an extra step and you're actually leaving LinkedIn's website. But I will say, go to the actual website of the company and apply there, only because it allows you to validate that the job is still available and still taking applications. And you just get right in that system. But once you do that, come back to LinkedIn and go directly to the company page. So if you apply for, like, let's say Netflix, I would come back, go to the Netflix page, and actually scroll through to where it says people. And where it says people, I would look for your potential team members or hiring manager and reach out to them and like let them know that you've applied, or at least just like read up on them and see the vibe of the company. But obviously reaching out to your hiring manager, your team members puts you in a leg up because it makes you more visible, right? And that's why I love LinkedIn, because you find the job, you find the people, it's a whole ecosystem. And then you can also follow the company page and start interacting with their stuff. By interacting with their stuff, it's not a guarantee that you're necessarily going to, like, catch the eye of someone, but at least it's showing interest, right? And you're popping up more in the back end of like the algorithm. So when recruiters are searching for you, you are someone who's showing high interest, which will not hurt you. Okay. So taking a step back, you've found LinkedIn has sent you a job. You have investigated the company, right? You've gone to the company page, you've seen who works there, what they're posting about, you got a feel of their culture. You found the specific people by navigating to the people tab to see who is potentially your hiring manager, who would be on your team, where they came from, right? And this is really important. And I think one of the biggest hacks when people say optimize your LinkedIn or your resume, what they mean is like have it aligned with where you're going. And if you don't know how to do that, by reading other people's job pages, either who work at the company you want to go to or who have the title you want to go to, you see for yourself what titles they've used to get where they are. You see for yourself how they've talked about their work. And once you have a handful of these, so I would say at least 5, when you do one, you're copying. When you do 5, you're researching. So I would say do at least 5 or more to research what you see happening. And if you keep seeing that every single person who has a title that you want has had another similar title, you've update one of your titles on your LinkedIn page, right? You use the same keywords on your LinkedIn page. Now this starts positioning you in the same circles. When I don't know if you follow like rap beef or anything, but one of the major tenets of rap beef is that you want to become or you want to get put in the same sentence as whoever is already up, right? So if you, let's say, have a beef or whatever with Jay-Z, you might not be on Jay-Z's level, but now when the media is reporting about you, is they're using your name and Jay-Z's name in the same sentence, which kind of elevates you. I say this to say that you want to kind of elevate yourself, even if you feel like, hey, I'm not totally there yet. If you're using the same language, if you're using the same keywords and you're, acting and positioning yourself as you're there, it puts you in a really good spot. So I would recommend that you do that for yourself. And once you do that, it becomes a little bit easier to build relationships, right? Because people see you as a colleague, right? So then you can then slide in people's DMs and do what you need to do, right? So when you combine the targeted search of the niche job boards from the first video I did with this proactive LinkedIn strategy, you become talent that's in demand. You start to know the people who are, players in the game, the people who have the hiring power to hire you. And this is how you build your career with intention. This is how you learn. And this is how you even navigate, like, even red flags at companies. Because the more you talk to people, the more you can say, oh, I like this culture. I don't like this culture. Let me stay away or let me lean into something, right? So does this take work? Yes. But this work is what actually gets results. And it also makes you happier in the long run because you don't rush into a job because it's just a job. And then you get there and the culture is awful, right? So your first step is to take action. So in the comments, tell me one change you're going to make to your LinkedIn strategy this week based on this video. Are you ditching easy apply? Are you optimizing your headline? What are you doing? And if you need support with your LinkedIn, I do have a resource. So I'll put that in the link in the description, right? If you want to step by step, that resource is for you. If you want more intentional eyes on what you're doing, then let me know. We can either do like a 15-minute coffee chat and we'll just go through that, or we can do a more extended time frame where we'll go through line by line of your LinkedIn to get you where you need to be, right? My goal here is for you to build a life that truly funds your life, your dreams, and your well-being. So if you're ready to go deeper and want that guided process for your entire career transition, from discovering your strengths to negotiating your offer, I would say you should look into my career pivot playbook because that actually takes you throughout the whole process, right? And I'll also link that in the comments. So I'm excited to see your growth and your success. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more real world strategy. I will see you next time. But before I go, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put it in the chat. I'm more than happy to do our part 3 at this point. All right. Bye.